It's funny how WWE allows four white men to portray luchadors in a way to where it is culture appropriating. And I'm still trying to figure out what's so entertaining about this whole El Grande Americano thing. I never found it entertaining. I never got it. I'm never ever gonna get it because I think the shit's kind of corny and I think it's weird. But if you guys are not receptive to this kind of video, then you can click off right now. I don't need the view. Just go ahead and go. I only want to speak to the people who actually understand what's going on here, right? So I'm not sure if you guys remember or not, but the WWE does have a Spanish roster, right? Think of Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild, even though I don't think he's technically Spanish. You have Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, you got Ray Phoenix, right? Why are all these Spanish wrestlers sidelined? And then you have people like Ludwig Kaiser, and then you have Chad Gable, you have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate portraying Spanish wrestlers when you have Spanish wrestlers on your roster that you could actually use. Am I missing something here? So when El Grande Americano debuted, the original, when Chad Gable started doing that, I'm like, what are we doing here? And it doesn't really help the fact that his location is from Gulf of America. Yeah, And if you know the WWE, cultural appropriation is not new, right? They did this with black culture. They did it with Asian culture. They did it, now they're doing it with Spanish culture. You know, it's always been a thing. And a lot of people point this out, but not enough people talk about it. And the fact that you have four white men portraying luchadors, when you have them at your disposal, is actually kind of, it's weird. It's very weird. It's very weird. I don't know how they put it into a simple term, but it's fucking weird. Now, when El Grande Americano debuted, when Chad Gable started doing the El Grande thing, I didn't find this entertaining whatsoever because it's like, you have nothing else for this man to do other than to portray a Spanish wrestler. I think he started this back in 2025, I want to say. I think it was 2025. So when he did this, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this has got to be temporary. This can't be a thing. I was never on board with this. I never found it entertaining. Apparently people find it entertaining in AAA because Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable are super over down there. I think Chad Gable's the villain and Ludwig Kaiser's the babyface down there. But I never found it entertaining because you're appropriating a culture that doesn't belong to you. So I never found it entertaining at all. I don't speak just on black culture appropriation. I speak on every cultural appropriation, right? So when Chad Gable started this character, I was thinking to myself, maybe this is temporary. Maybe this will die down soon. It's 2026 and this shit's still a thing. It's 2026 and this shit's still a thing. I've always liked Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable is excellent in the ring. I really think he should have won the IC title versus Gunther in 2024 at WrestleMania 40 instead of Sami Zayn. That's a whole different video. And I just think that this Chad Gable thing in WWE is not working out. Because if you guys remember, this is not Chad Gable's first time changing his name to a different person. You guys remember Shorty G? I remember. I was devastated. So it seems like they have nothing to give Chad Gable other than to culture appropriate a Spanish wrestler. And even though it's entertaining to some people, I'm not on board with it. I think it's fucking weird. I think it's corny. Now we go on to Ludwig Kaiser. One of my favorites, actually. I like Ludwig Kaiser and Imperium, and I thought that when Imperium split away, when Giovanni Vinci got fired and Gunther went on to do his own thing, I thought Ludwig Kaiser was on his way to get a singles title. They acted like it was, but, well, they acted like he was, but as soon as he broke up with Tiffany Stratton, his plans kind of... You don't think that's weird timing? I don't believe in coincidences. I don't know if she had anything to do with it. I'm not saying she did, but the timeline is kind of, it lines up too well for me. But Ludwig Kaiser, great talker. He's actually fluent in Spanish. Had no idea. Do I think he should be playing a luchador or a Spanish wrestler? No, I do not. I don't think that should be a thing he should be doing at all. And the fact that he's sitting right here stuck in AAA instead of being on the main roster, winning singles title with how talented this dude is, I don't understand it. Why can't he be this successful and entertaining under the Ludwig Kaiser name? Same with Chad Gable. Why can't he be successful under Chad Gable? He got most of his wins under El Grande Americano. like what? Do they think this shit is funny? Because it's not. I don't think this is funny at all. And then you get to Pete Dunne, aka Rayo Americano. Look, Pete Dunne, I love the Bruiserweight. I love him in NXT. I love him in NXT UK. I think this dude is phenomenal. Came to the main roster under the name Butch. He's also someone who had a different name and can't go by the name of Pete Dunne for some reason. He can't find success or get over under Pete Dunne, so they always change his name. He just got back to he just got back to Pete Dunne, and they put him back as a different character, which is Rayo Americano, which is El Grande Americano's sidekick, pretty much. And then you get to Tyler Bate, strong boy. Tyler Bate, Bravo Americano. Is this shit not weird to y'all? Like, y'all don't think this is weird whatsoever? I think it's weird. I think it's very weird. I don't know. And I think the cultural appropriation in WWE is too prominent, because they did this back in the day with Vince McMahon in a do-rag trying to rap, Shane McMahon trying to rap like with the chains around his neck and everything, and then you got John Cena with the Thuganomics gimmick, which I did like. Now back then I didn't know what it was, but to me it's cultural appropriation in black culture. But they've done this way too many times, and they constantly get away with it. And people just bat an eye and like it's not a big deal. It is. Like, you're appropriating someone's sacred culture. Like, being in a lucha mask means something to these people. It's a heritage. And you're playing in their face. And you got people like Rey Fenix, sideline. Joaquin Wilde, sideline. Cruz del Toro, aka Raul Mendoza, sideline. Santos Escobar, released. Dragon Lee, you're not putting him in a prominent role. All these Spanish wrestlers you have on this roster, and you choose to give a Spanish gimmick or a luchador gimmick to 4 white men. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I don't know. I've never found this funny. I've never found this entertaining. I don't know if you find this entertaining, but I don't know if someone in WWE is thinking this is something that they should roll with in the future. I don't think this is something they should continue. And another thing is, I heard that they're having a mask versus mask match. The original El Grande Americano versus the new El Grande Americano, mask versus mask match in AAA. I think it's late May. I think it's May 3rd, something like that. It's late May. But mask versus mask match. What will that lead to? I have no idea. I hope it leads to them finally just shredding this fucking gimmick and getting on with their original gimmicks, because I do believe that Ludwig Kaiser can get over if he's booked correctly, because I do like his gimmick to where he's like, you know, he's still the Imperium guy, you know, very classy, elegant. I do like that gimmick. Chad Gable, he obviously proves he can get over in 2024, but they didn't strike the iron while it was hot. I don't know. I do feel like this is culture vulture type scenario. And I do think that them as luchadors, like I said, is very corny. It's kind of insulting to the Spanish heritage. I don't know. I never found it to be funny. I never found it to be entertaining. I know some people do. If you do, teach your song. I'm just not a person that likes that. But let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments down below. Do you think they're culture appropriating? Do you think it's culture vulture type thing? Or do you think it's fine and innocent? I don't. Let me know why you think it's innocent in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.